This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Monday, January 19th, 2026. I'm Abriana Herron. The city of Gary has formally tossed its hat into the ring as a possible home for the Chicago Bears. On Friday, city officials announced 3 sites for a new stadium ranging from 145 acres to 760 acres. In an interview with Inside Indiana Business host Gary Dick, Mayor Eddie Melton said he had a very positive conversation with the team.
Well, I will say that I think we made a lot of noise yesterday by rolling this out. And I did get a phone call from the organization. And I don't want to go into any details, but it was very positive in tone and next steps.
For nearly a month, the NFL team has publicly expressed an interest in leaving Illinois if it can't work out a deal in Arlington Heights, where it has acquired property. It has also sent representatives to tour potential stadium sites in Northwest Indiana. The city of Richmond unveiled plans for a new terminal building at Richmond Municipal Airport on Friday. The terminal is designed to modernize airport operations, improve passenger and pilot services, and provide space to support business aviation, air cargo, and emergency response operations. A timeline for construction is not immediately known. The city of Jasper named a new mayor Friday after a Republican precinct caucus. Ryan Craig, vice president of the Du Bois County Council, was selected to replace Dean Vonderheide, who announced his resignation earlier this month. The other caucus candidate was Phil Mundy, the Jasper City Council president. Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand is possible by the following.
Thanks for listening to this IBJ Media podcast. You're probably going to remember this ad. Do you know why? Podcast advertising works. 85% of listeners recalled hearing an ad during a podcast, and 70% of podcast listeners have acted after hearing an ad. So whether you're looking to be heard across the entire IBJ Media podcast network, sponsor one of our shows, or just start with a 30-second ad, IBJ Media can help. Contact advertise@ibj.com to learn more.
Children's bicycle maker Guardian Bikes is touting its reshoring of bicycle manufacturing as it expands its Seymour factory. Inside Indiana Business's Alex Brown has the story.
Last fall, Guardian Bikes proposed to the federal government that aluminum and steel in imported bicycles, bicycle frames, and certain parts, as well as e-bikes, be subject to an additional 50% tariff. That proposal prompted an organized backlash from most of the U.S. bike-making industry, including some manufacturers with operations in Indiana. The primary message from the bike industry: additional tariffs result in direct increased costs and are bad for consumers and bicycle retailers. Guardian, though, sees its own quick rise as a Hoosier manufacturer as an example of the power of reshoring. The company, which describes itself as the only high-volume bicycle manufacturer in the United States, last year produced about 2,000 bicycles a day with around 300 employees at its Seymour factory. In its document sent to the Commerce Department proposing the tariffs, Guardian said that last summer it expanded operations by launching a bike frame manufacturing line to produce frames made out of U.S. steel, with investments made in robotic welding and advanced laser cutting technology. Guardian noted that the U.S. imports about 100,000 tons of steel a year by importing children's bikes. The company contends that tariffs will help revive the mass production of bicycles in the United States, which moved overseas, especially to Asia, decades ago, while also helping domestic steel and aluminum makers. Alex Brown, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Ball State University recently launched a new STEM education center during Ball State Day at the State House. The university says the center aims to expand access to high-quality STEM instruction, grow the pipeline of future STEM teachers, and position Ball State as a leader in STEM education. And Indiana University's historic run to tonight's college football playoff national championship game against the University of Miami has brought the kind of national visibility that many schools only dream of. Success on the football field is also translating to big numbers on the economic front, both in terms of revenue from ticket sales, concessions, and merchandise, but also an uptick in admission applications and money flowing into IU's NIL coffers. Ryan Brewer, Associate Professor of Finance for Indiana University Columbus, says that the impact of IU football continues to grow.
The revenues and valuation have been pretty successful, as you can imagine. Indiana, actually all three big schools from Indiana have done well. We've got Notre Dame is up this year by about close to 14%. We've got Purdue up by 6%. In Indiana, along with a few other schools around the FBS, are up almost 40%. The impact of Curt Cignetti and his magic is showing in the numbers now.
According to new numbers first published in the Wall Street Journal, the IU football program is valued at $648 million, which is a nearly 68% increase over the previous year and ranks the university at number 28 in terms of valuation. I'm Abriana Herron for Inside Indiana Business Radio On Demand.